Mhm.
All right, we live.
We are live.
Good evening on this rainy afternoon.
Good evening on this raining
A
afternoon.
rainy evening. It's
It's
been a
late.
day. Yeah, it's been a day.
And here
Been a
we
lot.
are.
And here we are. So anyway, this single African American men, Bible believing, are afraid. I did a little poll on Facebook, and I got a lot of wonderful responses.
You did.
Wonderful responses.
did.
If you hadn't been over there, go over there on Facebook and look at my poll for single African American men. Is it true you have a fear of being valued only for material success? Material and spiritual success.
Wow.
Put that spiritual piece on there, because we got a lot of things going on where we've been told, when everything's good, you got favor of the Lord. Understand? Favor.
And is this Deacon showing up?
Deacon Halifax.
Deacon Halifax
Understand?
has made his presence known.
Yes. Deacon Halifax is the name. Building churches is the game.
Oh, how I miss him so.
Don't put nothing in the plate. You can't get out the gate, baby girl.
Yes, I must admit, I have missed old Deek.
Old Deek. No. So anyway, look, is it true? We want to know, we want to hear from you what your thoughts are. Listen, if you're new to the channel, it's welcome. New to Eric and Elaine all together. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
Okay.
And you like that? Welcome. Welcome. I love the way he just rolls with me.
Just roll with
He
it.
just rolls with
Roll
me.
with it. Don't matter.
But yes, no, thank y'all. If you see this now or later,
Yeah.
make sure that you take the time to just kind of leave a comment and get in on the poll.
Yeah.
Is the poll still going on? Are you still taking?
The post is still there.
The post is still
Everybody
there.
can still
Okay.
go on to it's on Elaine's page as well on Facebook. I hadn't put it in YouTube. I'll put it in YouTube because I love to hear what you guys have to say regarding that. Now, if you are single, and I really would love to hear from the single man. If you know a single man right now, go ahead and share this live with them right now so they can chime in
Yes.
and get involved in the conversation.
The worthwhile
Get
conversation.
involved right now. If you are a woman who know a single man and that may be suffering from this anxiety, chime in and share your responses.
Or you want to give him a hint to chime in, to tune in. You
Right.
still want to hear from him though.
We still want to hear from him.
Because this is some things that I think, it's a topic that a lot of our men, we're hearing on different, platforms and different different groups that we are connected with, and they're really talking about some of these different ways that men are feeling and men are wanting to be heard. And listen, this is the place. This is a safe place. There's no judgment here. We do encourage your point of view. And we will not, Eric won't come for you. I might. No, I'm teasing. But we welcome good dialogue. I think that's the name of the game right now, is to just really have powerful dialogue.
Hands down.
And just kind of shed light on where you're at. There is something that deserves to be there's some things that you have that's deserving of being validated, the way that you feel, the way that you see things in your perspective. So we don't downplay it. It may be different from ours, but this is all where we give the opportunity for our voices to be heard. So chime in. And I think, some of those that at first I was a little concerned because it looked like there was some infighting going on or what have you, but that it was really done respectfully. So I have to give it up to can I shout out some names? Is that all right? No.
Yeah.
They're on the post already.
Yeah.
But Angela, Henry, girl, thank you. You chimed in and you gave a very enlightening perspective. And then we had some mighty men on there out Centrally. All the way from
the motherland.
The motherland.
Yes.
Yes. We appreciate seeing you and hearing your voice and your perspective. And Mr. Can.
Yeah.
Craig. Anthony.
Nicholas. You gotta say it all. Mr. Can.
Yes, Nicholas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so thank y'all. And all the others who, liked and chimed in. There were others. So Ben, what is that? Ben England?
Ben England. Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And you really you really gave really good insight. And some of it we're learning too.
Hands down.
So that's always a good thing.
Hands down. So listen, in this world of the 50-50, in this world of the 50-50, we have quite a bit of, infighting going on already, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
So with that 50-50, everybody coming into this, and Angela mentioned this as far as everything kind of being superficial. We have a couple of things to talk about regarding that superficiality, because first of all, if you are afraid, if you're a man living in fear regarding you're well-to-do, I mean, they got I've seen a lot of videos. I could have played them here or whatever. Some reaction videos on a lot of things. This one guy who was an attorney. He was doing well. He's in his 40s now. He's got married at like 30 something. He went through all his school. Yeah. So he was married 7 years, and they're getting a divorce, and she want to take half. And he was like, wait a minute. I was up studying all them nights. I was up, getting ready for the bar. All these different things.
Okay.
And he say I didn't do a prenup and this and that and this and that.
Okay.
So I was wondering, and I made a mention, was his picker off? Was his picker meter, did it need to be calibrated?
I don't know why this is. I'm just questioning. Did they have children? Did they specify?
No, he didn't say whether they had children or not. And I pray they didn't have any children.
Yeah.
But here it is. You spent 7 years with this person, but you worked hard for everything you had.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm not trying to lay blame on him. I'm not trying to lay blame on her.
Speak on
but
that.
when you talk about authentic relationships, just from what she said, authentic relationships have everything to do with core values. We tell people all the time, what are your core values?
Yeah.
Don't marry arm candy.
Right.
Y'all sleeping. There's a couple that's making a lot of waves right now. The woman is like 6 foot and some change, and the guy is like 5'2", 5'4", or something. And they love each other. They're not concerned. They're breaking this norm thing. It's a lot of people sleeping on good people because of some crazy preferences. I also posted something from Dr. Umar. I know a lot of people don't like Dr. Umar, but it was the content. That was some content that he was sharing in there that was paramount, and that spoke to this. That some of your preferences is keeping you from a lot of great people. Absolutely.
Because even, when, we know that personally, had we gone off our preferences, we wouldn't be here.
Well, I wasn't perfect.
Had we gone off our preferences, And I think it goes to show as well that, sometimes when we have our preferences, we're really not as knowing what's best for ourselves sometimes,
Hands down.
because our preferences can really get in the way, and it can cloud what we actually really need, and what's actually good for us, and what we're really deserving of.
Did your preferences come out of some type of I won't even say trauma, but
Or-
just some negative situations?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because some people have some preferences, it just where it stemmed from.
Yeah, that's a good.
Who knows? But you're just drawn to it, and it's like, why?
Right.
Where did this come from? Well, we know there's things that happen in the unseen realm, or whatnot, that come down the family tree, and if we don't understand those things, or we don't look into those things, we'll miss out. But the first thing, starting with just you being okay with you, sir,
ma'am.
You talking to the men?
I'm talking to the ladies.
Oh, to the ladies. Okay, ma'am. What? Yeah, and that's true.
Being okay with you, both men and women.
Hands
there we
down.
go. But
We talking about the scared men.
Okay,
But because no. Truth be told,
no.
but truth be told, women have some of the same things. They don't want no dusty dude. Let's say you done went to school, you done got your master's, you done did this, you're an attorney now and everything, and the only folks that's approaching you is
you've built
Ray.
Yeah, you've built yourself. You've built, where you wanted to go. You built your dream, right, for yourself. And your personal development, you've done those things that set those goals, and you've met your goals,
right?
And that's important. And so, do you want to lose or have all of that? I can't help it. I'm popular. No, look at him now. Y'all don't see him. He's over there switching his sound off too. But no, and it goes both ways. Nobody wants. What he said applies to both.
Yeah.
When he says all of his work, all of his studying, all of that, right? She wasn't there. But that's, what? I think sometimes we don't consider risk that's involved in anything in life, including relationships.
Yeah.
Bottom line, you can't go through life without there being certain risk.
Yeah.
When you get up and you get out of your bed, you have a risk of falling on your spouse's shoe that they continue to leave in the floor.
Whoa, wait. Oh, wait. Can we?
I'm sorry. Let me come back.
Where we go?
Shots fired.
Right. Man down.
No, but really, I mean, think about it. We take risk every day.
Yeah, we do.
When we get in our vehicles, we take risk. When we, simply, we're making decisions on what job to take, right? We get all of these different things, and we're like, well, let me choose this because, at this place of employment, because they have that. Well, you're risking that not being the better of the two.
Right.
And so I think we want to go into relationships in that same way, but we're always taking risk. Marriage is one of those risks.
It's a risk. Listen, even with the word from the Father, you still have to maintain it.
Absolutely.
When the children of Israel came out of Egypt, they had a fight not long afterwards. When he provided them the manna. Everybody think they had angel food cake out there in the wilderness, right? No, they had to go out and pick the manna and then make it into whatever it was.
Right.
So I think some of what you having a problem with, saved, sanctified, and single young man, or middle-aged man, because we got a bunch of them out there, is that you've been listening to this new gospel that don't talk about rough sides of the mountain.
Okay, I see where you're
I'm going somewhere else with
I see where you're going now.
I mean, everything works out for me. Paul said, hey, watch out for this cat here because he did me some dirt. He did some dirt. Paul got beat up.
Okay, did he not?
We got pictures. They showed these pictures of Paul. I don't think he looked nothing like that.
My chair's just squeaky.
I think Paul he had gashes in his head. He had some teeth missing because he got stoned on several occasions, right?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that in this walk.
Yeah.
If you believe the Bible, if the Bible is your constitution, you ought to know there's going to be some things, some adverse situations.
Absolutely.
That's just a part of life.
Yeah.
But we've kind of been sold, if you listen to especially what I've heard, what God has for me is for me. It ain't a lie, but we don't have anything talking about going through we got some dysfunctional stuff, like everybody's against you. Everybody. I mean, it's filled with the gospel. This is some trauma gospel these days. I'm like, man, I need the good news to get me out of the gospel.
Yeah.
Because and this is not a overarching, I'm not just trying to paint with a broad brush, but you got to think about what you're listening to. Think about what you're taking in, bro. If some of that is, you expecting to see some things happening in that expectation of low input. I'm sorry, bro. Truth be told, you gonna have to invest. You gonna have to invest. You gonna have to. I'm not talking about investing in the stock market. I'm not talking about just on getting the bag or whatnot, because our constitution tell us not to do that. We don't we don't have that love of the bag like the world do.
Right. It talks about our treasure.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not it's not looking at it as in, we've made it an idol.
That's what it is.
We've made,
and we wonder why we can't find that person.
Right. And so we've made the outer external, the goal, and nobody's really paying attention to, what you're like within.
That's inside. I mean, how's about instead of like in our old gospel, the one of your favorite groups,
be careful.
The Winans.
Okay. All right. What you
about to give the gift? About the giver.
Oh,
loving the giver more than the gift.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the song?
Without a giver, it's like a love without a lover. It's like honey without the hive. It's like the sun without the sky. What's the use of praying? Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
We don't have to end up be infringing on copyright.
Oh yeah, I'm get a strike. But anyway, so retire your representative, my friend. Accept you for you, love you, right, and love the Father. That is the first thing. The Messiah say your love for Him first. Get in your word for yourself. Don't let nobody just tell you.
Yeah.
He will confirm what you need to hear.
Absolutely. Say that.
Oh, Rhonda say you better sing, Lane. Hey, Rhonda.
Girl, he caught me off guard with that. I ain't have a time to do that. I ain't get ready.
But yeah, so love you, be and cultivate authentic relationships. Get out of your imagination, my friend. Get out of your imagination. I mean, because I think that's one of the things too. And I'm not even talking about just imagination toward the opposite sex.
Okay.
Get out of my imagination of what people are thinking about.
Yeah.
Let's say there are some people who at one time had an earning potential of a certain amount, but after this panoramic, they don't have that earning potential. Some things got reset.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there's some things that can be, in their heart about their current circumstances. So I'm not just talking about somebody that's making a certain amount of money. I'm not just talking about, there are different, this could be a man that's is dealing with a bout of depression because of the loss of a loved one or whatever. It's a lot of things that can put you into that situation where you're not being your authentic self, where you're not going through all the phases that you need to go through. Like the preacher said, there's a time to hug, there's a time to refrain from embracing, there's a time to love, there's a time to hate.
It's a time for
People don't talk about that.
Yeah.
There's a time to give life, and there's a time to kill. See, you got to take him. But you've been focused on this thing. He's the loving Elohim. He's the loving God.
Right. Because there's definitely a, how we do that with sin as well. But, we place everything on, one extreme to the other, and so we tend to look at different things from the perspective of what's worse. This sin is greater than another, but it's all enough. He said, even the unbelieving, so, will not make it into the kingdom. Right. And so we have to be willing to say, okay, let me just really assess myself. Because I think it's a personal, where we're all learn for ourselves, right? And to look within ourselves to see what it is that makes us think the way we think, feel the way we feel, right? And like what you spoke about, the preferences and all of those dynamics, but it comes from what was it or is it in you, right? That you're trying to either beat. Because some of us we're in competition with people, and
then people ain't even
thinking about you. And so we're desiring things, that it's not even, it's you. Why would I desire, to have a size 24 when that's not my goal. That's not, I don't even look to being, to even wear something because that doesn't fit me. So sometimes we can try to wear some things that others have or see, and say, oh, I want that, but they don't make it in your size. Yeah. Or that armor is not even, it's not meant for you.
Yeah. You when he say he'll give to you the desires of your heart.
Yeah.
Ask for your assigned Adam assignments. Yeah. Desires.
Yes.
Yes. Again, and if your desires were birthed out of
pain,
something, pain, or just the thought process of I will be better with that than what I am. You won when the egg was fertilized, bruh. You won. Now, like I said, to go back to that money thing. Now, I'm not saying for you to walk around here and not maximize what's in your hand.
Right.
Because there's a difference between the love of money and maximizing what is in your hand. So out to anybody, maximize what was in your hand. I remember that feeling. I remember the feeling of being young, starting out. And I remember, I knew I was going to be an entrepreneur. And back then we used to call it paymaster to the kingdom.
Oh, yes.
No.
How about this one? Kingdom philanthropist.
Yes, that was my word. Kingdom philanthropist.
He changed my life with that one, y'all.
I 21 years old. This is what you're going for and everything. And I remember asking the Father, say, man, how am I going to know her if she real or not? If she going to want me for my money? And this is where your relationship with him is key, my friend. There's nothing special about Johnson. If he did it for me, he could do it for you. Okay. He told me, don't worry about that because she gonna build it with you. She gonna build it with you. I was like, okay, so she gonna have been vested in that.
There you go. Absolutely. And so to the point of the gentleman, right? Who we're talking about this whole 50-50 and hey, what he brought, to the table and how he went to school and now, after 7 years, his wife, so, and you're building together. No matter what, phase you start on, the builder doesn't come and say, oh, well, we built, that building the edifice is beautiful. But no, we want credit for, for the wiring because that's us. So give us all the wiring back. If it don't, like somebody doesn't like it, doesn't matter who came in at what level. The electrician had to come in at some point. The concrete had to be laid at some point, right? The whole design it's a team effort. So nobody says, my part is greater.
Right.
When we look at the entire building, when we look at the entire goal, right, it's to create something. And so you can't measure that by saying, well, this is the part that I gave. Now, truth be told, in court, they will try and divvy that, up. However, can you really define? It's just like, how can you define or say a woman's who is a work from home, define the value?
You can't. You can't. And to find out that it was a 6-figure, when they tried to do it.
When they tried.
They found it was a 6-figure position and everything. So that first piece, bruh, cultivate some authentic relationships. First with you, your core values, and then ours. Spend some time on things that build. Because I'm not telling you to just sit on the couch and playing video games all day, unless you are in those tournaments making 6 figures. I think that was T-Pain said that he makes a crazy amount of money per month.
Out of here.
Yeah, he makes a crazy amount of money. I'm talking, was it $60,000 a month or somewhere up in there? It was thousands from playing video games. Playing video games. So that's different. You maximizing what's in your hands. The next thing is being able to be vulnerable. I know that's not something that we do a lot. That we haven't been programmed. Let me say that.
Yeah.
The Messiah wept. I go through. I did this deal on the father's emotions. Because I hear a lot of this rhetoric about women just emotional. They ain't got no logic. They just emotional. And this is why you can't connect with your wife.
Thank you.
This is why you can't connect with your kids. Because you are holding all of these different things in. If we were fearfully and wonderfully made, emotions were a part of it. But I did this video dealing with all the emotions that the scripture talks about that the Father exposes.
Yeah,
he has. All we think about is love and his wrath.
Right.
But there's so many other pieces all up in there about how he feels, the feelings that he had.
Yes. Yes.
Even how he describes Israel.
Yes.
The apple of his eye.
Yeah. And I mean, and the simple fact that we were created in his image lets us know that we are, the emotions that we have are not like from any other person other than Yah himself.
Hands down.
The creator himself. So yeah, we are emotional beings, men and women alike.
Right.
And so I think that's a clear point that you gave on that as well. Now, so with this, what would you say is the point or the for every man, right, who is like having these conversations? Would you say that being or having some type of emotion in these type of conversations is something that you would encourage them to have? Like, should they be able to, kind of bring their emotions in on the conversation?
Yeah. I mean, because one, if you don't get comfortable in yourself, for instance, when we went through that situation in Black California, it was Ehrenberg, Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
it wasn't about you. Well, it was about you and the girls, but at the same time, it wasn't about y'all. I had to release this so that it wouldn't come out in unhealthy ways.
Yes.
In that moment, I could stuff it all I want to. I'm going to lash out. You're going to lash out. It's going to come out in one way, shape, form, or fashion. Whether it's, a habit, whether it's some of us wonder why we can't get over some habits. It's something bottled up in there that hadn't been washed clean, that hadn't been dealt with.
There you go. Yeah.
So acknowledging your feelings and being able to share them and share them in truth be told, it's not much of, I can't say that there's a lot of safe spaces for guys to just open up and talk.
Right.
And when I say open up and talk, I'm talking about even amongst brethren. Sometimes it's not safe to open up and talk because sometimes folks can say certain things.
So you mean with other male?
Yeah, some things you're not going to talk about in the barbershop. Some things you can kind of talk, but you're not fixing to just have, certain. And I can't say that for all barbershops because I ain't been to all barbershops. But I am saying from my experience, in barbershop, even in certain men's ministries, sometimes men's ministries, assemblies, well, I hadn't been in a synagogue, but the churches, no matter what the faith, mosque, it's almost like, a measuring of the minds more so than actually being vulnerable to talk about, not only talk about your journey, but also give empathy and some support to those who may be at a different place than you are in your journey.
Yeah.
And we done worked, it's been over 30 years working within the faith-based community and then seeing that.
Yeah.
Tell me in the chat if any of y'all, put in the comments, have you ever not felt comfortable in a predominantly men atmosphere setting to be able to be vulnerable and share your journey at some point. Yeah. And beyond AA, because some of those things they expect, beyond Narcotics Anonymous, I'm talking about in just a general setting. Have you ever felt safe to be able to talk about your current journey? Now, I will say this: sometimes men, especially in relationships, being able to, if you be vulnerable, and then the woman weaponizes your vulnerability. That is one of those.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever done it, but I've seen it. But
no, but that will shut a brother down.
Yeah.
My name is Eric, and I have been a shutter downer, recovering shutter downer. Hi, Eric.
Not that you're going to be you're going to be the people too. Okay. Yeah, but I think that was my question, right? Was how often is it that a man can come to the table, because we're seemingly this conversation about being emotional, right? And how often is it that a man can feel like that's something that he's free to do, and especially with this topic of the current situations of 50-50 and the relationships and all that. Is that something that you think is or is that the goal for men, to have that where it's more commonplace and more accepted in even settings with women as well? Could they come to the table for dialogue and we get the man and his emotions?
Yeah, I see some videos regarding, especially in the Black community. We got a lot of relationship gurus, and I'm grateful for them because we need everybody talking about healthy relationship in our community. Hands down, grateful for them. But some of the things that you eat the meat and spit out the bones. But some of the things that I've seen one where the woman is asking him to, for saying that it's a safe place for a man to share his thoughts and so on and so forth. And the guy shares his thoughts, and the woman just went ham on him. She just went in, and she wasn't even seeing how rude and disrespectful she was, how she was exposing what the guy was trying to share. That you can't share, and especially amongst women sometimes.
And I will agree. I think we as women have to grow in that area, because we haven't seen, we have not seen our men first place and first and foremost in our homes growing up many times. And so we're not accustomed to, seeing men at all. And then we've had, many of us, and this is not all, right? But because I have to speak for myself as well, but we have these where we've seen more so our women, right, and our mothers and our aunts and our sisters and all that, and we've seen them, and they had to be strong. They had to be so-called the man and the woman for the family, right? In many occasions. And so when we see, and we're in an atmosphere where there's a man that is being vulnerable, that's a challenge, and it's something that we do have to do better in, ladies. We have to be willing to allow for that to be something that is a safe place, right? With just like we do our girlfriends, right? We say, hey, girl, we don't take it personal, but if it's a conversation, I've seen it as well. I've witnessed it. And that's something that my heart goes out to, because I think it's a great opportunity for both to grow. But we do have that where we have to really look at what we're running from too, because we haven't seen it, and so it's something that we're just not accustomed to.
But so both parties have been programmed for the stoic, so-called strong man, unemotional man. So just like the boy has, the girl has looked at that too, and has expected that, and in any sign of anything different than that is frowned upon. And
even like I did a video on father wound, my own personal story, shedding light on so when you see many of us, because we have been wounded by our fathers, especially if we've grown up without them, and they chose to leave us and not even knowing the background of why they left. We're just left with that scar, and that wound that you just left. And so we don't have the full story. Of course, there's always other, there's what you say, another hand. You can't listen to one hand clapping.
Right.
So there's different reasons and why different things happen. But we're hiding behind that hurt. And so we're masked up. We're coming to the conversation table, and we're masked up too. And so how do we get us in a room where it's just where we can actually have dialogue that is healthy, that we're able to, have our, let's say it this way, emotional intelligence.
Yes.
So maybe not just full of emotions, because if we think of it in that sense of, we're just, I'm emotional right now.
You're just flying off.
No, but emotions, the word emotion is a part of emotional intelligence. So we don't want to, what we're saying is we don't want to leave emotions out.
Right.
To feel like you cannot have a feeling.
You feel it.
But you're not driven. You're not driven by that emotion.
Be angry and sin not.
There you go.
Greater is the man who can control his spirit than he that can take the city.
Yes.
and those are pieces. So my final piece, we just talked about being vulnerable in the beginning, and then personal growth. You're gonna have to invest in yourself. You know, if you are afraid of being valued only for material success, when your success is not because you want, not is not based on what you can accumulate, but it's based out of this is what I have to offer the world. That's two different. That's one is wealthy, one is rich. You want to be wealthy.
Yeah.
All right. So the next thing you want to do to overcome this fear of being valued only for material success is personal growth, personal self-development. You're not doing it for. So in high school, so here it is. I was a skinny dude. I didn't break 100 pounds till I was in the 9th grade. Short and skinny, and in ill proportion. I had long feet, long arms, and a bobblehead, a Penny Hardaway bobblehead. Understand?
Oh.
So
Come on, man.
you know, so here it was. I started lifting weights in the 9th grade, and I was on a basketball team, and they like, man, you got to get your weight up. We was eating peanut butter cracker and Ensure.
Wow.
And I gained weight, got up to 115 before I came back to Houston. And but I was still pumping that weight because I wanted to be big. Okay. But the thing I wanted to be big, I was running from something.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to be something for somebody else. And it wasn't until I started working, I got the job in the pharmacy. I was going to go to school for pharmacy. Got the job in the pharmacy first, and I didn't have time to lift the weights anymore. I didn't have time to work out. And so I went back down. I didn't quite go down to the small size because you still retain some, you know, I was still cut. At least I was cut. Right? Cut. It's cut. And so here I am. When I recognized that I was fearfully and wonderfully made, oh, that was a wrap. It didn't care what I wore. As far as what I wore what I wanted to wear.
Yeah.
I still cut my hair. That was just something that I did. I cut my hair twice a week. Personally, I cut my hair. But it was all for other people. I was going into auto mechanics that was my first thing. I did that for my daddy. He kept saying, you know, in high school, you know, that's where the money is. The Japanese finna take over. Okay, that's just what daddy was saying because he was talking about the Japanese cars. He was afraid of working on Toyotas and Nissan.
Anything foreign.
Anything from Japan. Any car from Japan. So he was like, nah, I'm not working on that. But that's where the money at, my Troy. You need to go. I gave my name away. But anyway.
Everyone knows me.
When the freedom that I felt then got itty bitty ankles. That's a staple of the Johnson family. We are the president of the itty bitty ankle committee. We make up the whole board of the itty bitty ankle committee. When I wear shorts,
you should stop.
People look and take a double take. Like, how is he walking in here?
You should stop.
I was good. I wear my shorts and sandals. I see people looking at them ankles or looking at what's not there.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't care.
As you should, King. That's right.
And everybody,
rock your shorts.
You got to be comfortable in yourself.
Yeah.
In that being comfortable within yourself, focus on your personal improvement. You know. So your
self-development.
How can I develop? What's my vision? My people perish for lack of knowledge. You know, and without a vision, the people perish.
Yeah.
Right. What is your vision? that's why you can't find nobody, because you don't even know where you go. You in the store and ain't even shopping.
Or what makes you different.
Right.
Like most times we you know, we jump on the bandwagon of, I think I was talking to one of my daughters, it may have been today or yesterday, but about, you know, how there's so many decisions that's being made, life decisions, like whether or not people are going to have children, reproduce or not. And there are conversations where, you know, women are, you know, making those who are choosing to not have children feel bad. But those who are, you know, choosing, you know, motherhood and all of this. And you've got this whole, you know, conversations, you know, in warring rooms, you know, not prayer rooms, but warring rooms, you know, for these conversations, where these conversations are being had. And it's like, you know, everybody, you know, is really focusing on the wrong thing instead of looking at like what you're saying. What is it that makes me different? We're trying to be so much like everybody else, but we're not looking at what is it that makes me different. What is it that I can pride myself in, and how I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay, yeah, I've got big eyes. That's me. You know, I've got the teeth that I have, the smile that I have. I've got the walk that I have.
Can't change
I can't change that.
Can't change none of it.
But you know, those are just some of the things that, like what you're saying though. But those things that we can change.
Right.
That's self-development, right? That's self-growth. We can actually improve on certain things like that with our attitudes and
that's right.
Our thought process. Like, really, what are you? How do we spend our time paying attention to what we're thinking?
Yeah, it's what's your why? What is your why? We say that about business. We say that about all of that. What about the business of you?
Yeah.
What is about the business of you? What is your why for whatever it is you're doing?
Yeah.
Do you even know how? Because I never had a rap. I didn't have no game. I didn't have game, and I didn't like everybody. This is in high school. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know, hey, if I gotta spit something to you and you fall for some.
So you mean like approaching?
Yeah.
Approaching girls.
We call it game, but we call it rapping back in the day too. Mm-hmm. I ain't had no rap. Mm-hmm. I didn't. Because I didn't want to. I'm like, man, because if I just shoot somebody and you fool.
But he's a smooth talker.
It was all real though.
He got 5 kids.
I had to talk.
He's a smooth talker. Don't let him fool you.
I had to talk to you, get to know you. I just couldn't you know. Mm-hmm. I just didn't have that, and not tripping on guys who did. You know, love to see what was the return on the investment or whatnot. But yeah, do that. Take that time, and you focus. It's your why. You're focusing on self-development because of what's in your hand. You want to be a good steward of what's in your hand.
Yeah.
And according to that, you're able to tell if somebody's good for you or not. Mm-hmm. Right? So the next thing, not the next thing, but a part of that too is practicing the ability to have compassion for yourself. Just something I struggled. I struggled with.
Yes.
Man, because look, I'm the hardest person on me is myself. I am. And there are times when I can.
That release. That's very good. It's very good.
Because you've been telling me that for years.
I'm just here to share in your joy,
my growth, my journey.
In your journey.
Okay. So anyway, guys, look, we done been on here almost an hour already. Every time we get on here, I know it's been a little while since we've been on, but we've been working, y'all. Listen, don't believe all them gurus that's out there trying to tell you how to do something. And most of their time is spending telling you how to do something. When are they doing it? Mm-hmm. Okay. I was about to say we be doing it. We working out here, y'all. So we come in here, we working on being a little more consistent, time management, self-development, right? and everything. Got to say that about the goals. I just recognized. Yeah, that's a part of it. Setting goals. And according to our goals, there are some things that we have to do. And for us, it's more about the quality of our service to couples and to singles, than the quantity.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's huge for us. Because whatever we do, we want to do it well, just like we do, relationships well, right? That's one of the things that we promote is how to do relationships well. And so we have to, stay on it and make sure that we're giving quality, because we believe in what our assignment is.
Hands down.
Yeah.
So with that, I want to invite y'all to a couple of things. You made it this far in the video. We have a couple of things. Let me see if I can share that on the screen here. Coming up in July. Yes. Let me see. Yeah, a couple of things in July. Oh, it's asking me to upload a file and all this.
Well, we could just tell them.
Yeah.
And can you share this on the screen?
Well, that's what I was trying to do.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay.
No, I was doing present. Let's see.
All right, you're gonna make me sing again, Ronnie. He gonna make me sing again.
Oh, there it is. I done looked all the way past.
But listen, while he's bringing that up, I can. There we go. Yay! Yeah. Look at my honey love. Isn't this lovely? So listen, this is Pleasant Hill Church of Deliverance. Our beautiful, awesome, amazing. Mama Gail and Pastor Jean, the Johnsons. Other Johnsons. But we'll be with them July 12th through the 14th, y'all.
Yes.
And this is the marriage. Marriage is work. I love that. But say marriage is work, and to get it to work, you must do the work. So we'll be with them July 12th through the 14th. Teach me how to love you, and yours truly, Eric and I will be teaching on Can You Hear Me Now? Right. And so we're going to be talking about giving you some strategies on communicating and how to communication.
Right.
Communicating on communication, how to communicate with one another, how to do it well.
And you'll find out.
And how to,
I'm about to.
Because you're about to go into it. Because see, I'm trying to make this. But but we want to give you some tools and just some tidbits and some nuggets on surviving your marriage. We've 29 years in this thing. We're still learning.
Yep.
We're still learning. But we have been successful. And it's some things that we can definitely shed light on, and we'll be doing that with them. So the tickets are $320, and that's per couple. So that's not bad at all. It's a worthy investment. And so it includes the Galveston dinner cruise, their DJ music swag bag. You get t-shirts, you get all of that, breakfast
and lunch,
food
Friday and Saturday.
For Friday and Saturday, both days, y'all. Every time we get with Pastor Jean and Mama Lady Gail, we have a blast. They are
since 2008.
Oh my goodness, since 2008. Yes,
served their couples.
Yes,
since then,
and they have their heart for relationships, their heart for their community in LaPorte and beyond.
Yeah,
it's just. It's so commendable. So we'll be with them, and we want you to join us.
Hands down. We also have, we got a couple of things for single people. Where are my single people at?
Yeah.
We got a couple of things. Most don't know that I had a singles ministry back in the day, which brought me my wife. So we had a friend tell us, hey, listen, I'm tired of listening to all these single people tell me how to find a spouse. I need to find somebody who who married and done been married a little
qualified
while to share.
Yeah.
And again, I still share the sentiment. I'm grateful that people are talking about relationships.
Yes.
That
Yes.
you know, regardless of where that person is and whether or not they're actually living what they live in. If the information is good, I'm just saying the information is good. I'm not telling you to invest in you know, in that, because truth be told, you know, you sow a seed, you gonna reap a harvest and everything. So and I think that was her sentiment regarding us. The fact that, you know, having been there, done that, but I was teaching a message of you have the power to know who your spouse is. And everything that we just shared, that I just shared with you guys, had everything to do with things that, you know, I can go back and show you how the Father led me through my singlehood. Not total, you know, I dropped some tablets. I dropped the tablets. Sure did. I dropped the tablets, but he made some more and gave me a satchel.
Come on now.
Help me get it together.
The Elohim of a second chance.
Yes.
And a third and a fourth.
Right. So we're going to be releasing a lot of information. Be looking for it. We got a challenge coming up. 4-hour single people.
Yes. It's gonna be so much fun.
You're gonna see the Solo to Soulmate hashtag all over the place, or whatnot. We haven't released the tickets for it yet, because when we have stuff, you know, I'm still, anyway, you'll find out about it. We'll share.
We're cooking, y'all. We're cooking. When we
and
tell you we're working, we're
working. We're going to send it to those that we know first, release it to them first. And for first come, first serve, that's just how we do. Release it to them first, then we're going to release it out to the general population and everything. And it's an intimate setting. It's not, we're not about just numbers, you know. Elaine would pack out Acres Home Multi-Service Center for 8 weeks. 50 folks showed up. You know, the recruiting every week came for 8 weeks. Okay, so we're a little bit careful, you know, because we do want it to be quality. Not just quality, but we want it to be intimate. Yeah, you're right.
Because
quality.
of the quality that we're
right. It's
reserving.
Yeah, we would have 25 couples. Well, one retreat we had 50 couples. That was 100 people. You know, and that's the extent of where we want to go. We don't want to go beyond 100 folks. And everything. And being at this, listen, if you've never been to a retreat that we facilitated, you hadn't been to one. This is not about us just pontificating for you, or sharing something. You know, no, that's work. Again, that's work to do.
We keep it interactive.
You gonna walk away with something. You know, they say it all the time. You ought to leave different than how you came. Well, you gonna have paperwork. You'll have paperwork. All right. So just save the date. If you want more information about it, go into our website and put in the contact us, hashtag Solo to Soulmate. If you want to be involved in it, put it in the comments here, Solo to Soulmate, and everything. But again, we got a 5-day challenge coming up, and we're going to keep you guys posted. So we're going to do a whole lot more information regarding singles. We're still doing the marriage. Okay. But regarding singles, we're going to be putting that information out soon.
We've already had some people's like, listen, y'all.
Yeah, they've been on us for years.
But I'm talking about the married folk too. What y'all leaving us? No, we ain't. We just we've been really behind time on giving our singles what they've been requesting from us. So thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
And with that,
we want to say peace and multiply blessings.
Good night.
Good night.